Welcome back everybody to my 58th update video. This is where I go back to 10 past product reviews in order and let you know what happened to those products once my review is over. The reviews covered in this update are numbers 571 through 580. That's March through May of 2024. So without further delay, let's get right to update number 58. Number 571 was a comparison of an $8 Martha Stewart versus an $80 Caraway pan. Let's see how my test went. Here it is, the Martha Stewart Everyday Pan. Now, I'd got no packaging for it. It's funny they put a sticker inside the non-stick surface. Now let's move up to the big leagues here. This is the expensive Caraway. 90 bucks I paid for this. And we are off. We got Martha in the front. We got Caraway in the back. What will happen? We shall see. Will they release? Martha does release, and oh, not too bad. Not bad at all. How about Caraway? Releases nicely. Not bad at all either. Here's what we got after the flip. There is Martha, looking pretty good. There's Caraway, looking pretty good as well. Martha, oh, Martha's done. Martha is done. Caraway, not quite done yet. Martha was faster. Martha's side one, side two. And we'll let this one rest. Caraway is done. There we go, side one, side two. Let this one rest and cut it open. All right, let's cut open the Martha first and see how that looks. Pink-ish on the inside. Not too bad, really. Looks pretty even. What do you guys think? Caraway next. Caraway inside. Looks pretty even as well. I think they both did a pretty good job on that. Final cleaning test, Caraway first. Getting some of this here, which is not good. Let's try Martha next. Right now, both pans are giving me a little bit of issue on the rim there. After my final cleanup, here's the two pans. The Caraway, after a little bit of soaking, looks pretty good, but of course the bottom, this is even after scrubbing, so it's definitely not perfect looking after only a couple of uses. Martha Stewart has also cleaned up pretty well, but once again, it has even more markings on the back, so neither one of these are gonna look very pretty after a year of use, so we shall see how that goes. So in the end, I end up using the Caraway long-term because the results were slightly better. Now, I mainly only use it when I'm having an egg sandwich, but the surface is held up perfectly, so I would say with moderate use, it's actually a pretty good pan. Number 572 was a collection of viral gadgets going around last year. A sliding pizza peel, a microwave caddy, and a Stanley Cup snack tray. Let's flash back to the original review and see how that went. Let's try the sliding pizza peel. I paid $22.99 for this. Claims that this allows you to effortlessly transfer pizza with a subtle pull and push. Oh, not bad. Oh, what do you know? It feels like it's weighing it down. Look at it bowing right here. Look at that. All right, that worked. Oh, I got it, I did it. So oh, it just slid right off. And I've already noticed, look at this, after just one use, I've already got like a thread hanging off there. Cellophane microwave cool caddy with handles. It claims that it protects against burns with this microwave caddy, includes cool touch handles, ideal for bowls and plates. Let's start with a basic bowl of soup. Lifting it up, it doesn't feel too bad. I was also thinking that certain microwave covers may not fit over because of these handles, so that might depend on which one you're using. Let's see what we got now. Well, the soup is steaming, and let's see how the caddy works. Not too bad. And it seems like it's pretty sturdy. That bowl is pretty well situated in there, so that's kind of nice. Stanley Cup snack bowl. They claim that it's a snack tray that allows you to sip beverages while holding snacks all in one hand. All right, easy enough. This is what we've got. Now let's load it up with some snacks and see how it works. Put some fruit on one side. Let's go healthy on one half. Over here we got some grapes. Let's load this up. And there we go. Bailey wishes she had one of these. It is very lovely though, isn't it, Bailey? Oh, she's getting excited. I got company. I got company over here. I think Bailey likes this idea. She has the snacks up on the couch with both of us. Now, I didn't really think I was going to use the pizza peel because that really didn't work that well. I didn't really think I was going to use the snack tray because it's not something that was up my alley. I did leave the microwave caddy in the kitchen for an entire year, never reached for it once. Whenever I want to microwave a bowl, I always use the bowl huggers, which are much more compact. They're washable, they don't take as much space, so I tried to use it, but these ended up winning out. In fact, now that I mention it, I think it's time for that caddy to hit the Boneyard. Number 573 was a comparison of 3 different methods for keeping sandwiches fresh. Let's first flash back to see how my original review went. First up, we have the very standard Ziploc bag sandwich bags. Next up, I got a 2-pack of these sandwich containers. This cost me 14 bucks. And finally, this was suggested. This is some beeswax paper. I paid 19 bucks for a 4-pack. So for this video, I'm gonna make 7 different sandwiches. I'm gonna do all 3 of these for a 1-day test, a 7-day test, and I'm gonna have one just with no protection at all. It's kind of my control sandwich. All right, here we go. Now, just to clarify, I placed this in the fridge on a paper towel with nothing else, no container whatsoever. So it's just kind of sitting there naked. Now I can already tell the top piece of bread feels hard as a rock. It almost feels toasted. All right, it's been a week now. I just pulled them out of the fridge and let's take a look. Let's take a look at this Ziploc bag. It already feels moist through the bag itself. I can tell this is gonna be bad. Oh, and some very wet bread. That's some of the saddest lettuce thing I've ever seen. My finger's almost going through the bread. It's so smushy. Turkey doesn't smell bad, but the bread is just liquid. Let's try the beeswax paper now. And the bread, the bread doesn't feel nearly as wet. So let me smell the turkey here. The turkey doesn't look too bad. Doesn't smell too bad either. The lettuce, once again, is just, this is gonna be a wilt fest for the lettuce. The bread held up better on the mustard side than it did in the Ziploc bag. All right, it doesn't look any worse for wear. Let's see what we got here. Oh, the bread feels, it doesn't feel as wet as the Ziploc bag. This side feels comparable to the beeswax paper. This side feels maybe not as firm as the beeswax paper. Turkey still seems to be in pretty good shape. Lettuce, once again, that is just not lettuce. And the mustard side of the bread, I would say this one held the best as far as the mustard side of the bread goes. So really, I would say it's kind of a tie between the beeswax paper and the sandwich container and the Ziploc bag way in the back. So after a year, which one of those methods do I still use? Prior to the video, my go-to solution for keeping sandwiches were Ziploc bags. But after that, now I use the sandwich containers. The beeswax wraps were good, but they're not as reusable as the containers are, so now I've been converted to sandwich containers. Number 574 was the Baker's Edge pan. This is a special pan that allows you to create more edges for your brownies. Let's flash back and see how my original review went. All right, let's take a look at the Baker's Edge brownie pan. I paid 55 bucks for this on Amazon. Now the claims are that it's a pan for those who love brownie edges. It adds 2 chewy edges to every brownie. Now pour the brownie mix in the pan. It's gonna be a pretty thin layer, I can already tell though. I mean, the fact that it's so thick makes it a little bit more difficult to spread. I don't know if it's that bad or not though. All right, this is what we got. This is what we're going with. Toothpick test. Toothpick's looking good. Time to come out of here. All right, so right out of the oven, it looks pretty good. As soon as it cools off, we'll give it a shot. Here we are, they look nice. Not only does it look good, but it does seem like the batter did eventually even out in the pan, so I don't think there was an unevenness problem. I like the spatula because it just fits each brownie shape, so it's pretty cool. The 3-edged brownie. Here we go. All right, so in the end, I would say it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It creates brownies with 2 or 3 chewy edges, and it works quite well. I even like the nonstick surface, and even the spatula, which seems like it's well suited toward that pan. Now, I wanna say I only use this once or twice after my review is over. I don't really make a lot of brownies. But I must say, I do love the final results. All those edges, if you're a brownie edge lover, this is a must-have. I still think it's a bit overpriced, but for brownie lovers, it might be worth the cost. Number 575 was the Nostalgia S'mores Maker, which allows you to make s'mores indoors. Let's flash back and see how my original test went. All right, so here's the entire unit. Now this is a 270 watt burner. It has 2 stainless steel roasting forks. Now a lot of people seem to like it and say it's fun and easy to use, but I did see some people complain that you have to get the marshmallows too close to the heat. And quite a few people, like I said the cord was too short. So here's what we've got. I've got some Mr. Beast chocolate here, some Reese's, Cadbury and Hershey's. Well, there's no power light that I see. I guess if that starts glowing, I'll know that it's on, but this didn't light up or anything. All right, I'm starting to smell a burning smell, so I guess that's a good thing. I've got my stopwatch going, we'll see how long this takes to actually heat up. It's funny, the marshmallow actually towers over the size of the skewer here. Here we go. We do have glowing red hot heat, so I think we're about ready to go. I mean, it's pretty warm. There's a good amount of heat coming off there. I would say that it only took about 2 minutes for it to completely warm up, so that's not too bad. I'll start my stopwatch and see how long this takes for this small marshmallow. I'm really just kind of eyeballing it, so when one side gets brown, I just flip it over to the other side. We're getting some browning going on. You can kind of tell the marshmallow starts getting kind of wobbly, you know it's almost done. It's starting to fall off here. I'm trying to hold in place. It's starting to fall. What do you guys think? Looking pretty good. First browning here. I'm seeing a little bit of, oh, some smoke came off. Oh, we got some burning. All right, this one is falling off completely. This is the Cadbury version. And this other one was already pretty much done. So I've got it on a Reese's here. Graham cracker, Reese's, and marshmallow. Top that off. Mr. Beast, marshmallow, and graham cracker. Here we go. All right, that's pretty good. Now, from what I can tell, the Mr. Beast is sweeter than the Hershey's, but quite good on the s'mores. Next up, the Cadbury s'mores. The Cadbury version was very good. It has a creamier texture than the other chocolates. But I've got to say that melted marshmallow around facial hair is not a good combination. Now, I can't say I've been compelled to make s'mores a lot since that review was posted. But if I did, I probably wouldn't use that item because after my review is over, I packed it up and shipped it off to the Boneyard. Number 576 was the Nostalgia Breakfast Station. It's one of many breakfast stations I've tried over the years. Can you make a complete breakfast with this one appliance? That's what I wanted to find out, and here's how my test went. First up, I paid 50 bucks for this. This has got a 4.3 star rating, over 1,000 reviews. They say it's the ultimate breakfast station. You can make an entire breakfast, bacon and eggs on this side, toast on this one. Take a look at the thermal imager here. It's pretty warm. This looks like the center part is quite hot there. I'm placing the ring onto the griddle, cracking an egg into the egg ring. Push this down. I'll set it just to 3 right in the center, and I'll hit the bagel button. Let's throw a slice of a Canadian bacon on here to warm that up as well. All right, my English muffins are done. Not very brown on the 3 setting, but I'll go with it anyways. And it looks like the timer isn't really working. I set it to 3 minutes as this is not even moving. It hasn't moved at all, so I don't know what's going on with that. I originally set the timer for 3 minutes. Even though the dial didn't move, it did turn off after 3 minutes. I thought because the dial hadn't moved, it was still on. It wasn't. So I gotta make sure this blue light's on at all times. I wish there was a heat setting, but there isn't. It's just on or off. So hopefully it's not too warm for this egg here, because this is gonna take forever. I think my English muffin's probably getting cold already. Canadian bacon looks like it's already pretty much done, but the egg is still not cooked yet. It's almost there. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. All right, let's let this egg out of here. I can't take it anymore. Canadian bacon's probably almost getting dried out by now. Let's see what we got here. And then this is just, the timer never moved. I don't even know where it's at. Just gotta turn it off. So here's my breakfast sandwich. We've got the English muffin, which that was 3, so it's kind of toasted. Canadian bacon looks nice. The egg looks pretty good, and the cheese on the bottom. To me, the biggest issue with this is the timer, which in the best case scenario is confusing. In the worst case, it's useless. It's weird because you set the timer, but it doesn't really count down, so you don't even really know where you're at in the timing process. I don't think they should have really done that. It could have been better implemented. Now, I've tried quite a few breakfast stations over the years, and it's rare for me to continue to use them after my review is over because I have a full kitchen. It was fun to try. I didn't think it was that bad, but it's not something I continue to use long term. Number 577 was a collection of interesting Amazon finds. Let's first flash back and see how my original review went. AAA to AA adapters. It's a pretty simple idea. It's basically an adapter that turns a AAA battery into a AA. And that is it. And that's what we got. Let's see. Is it gonna work? Oh, it works. It works. It actually works. All right, well, I mean, it seems like it held up pretty well, so that's pretty good. A drink cup with included snack tray. Trying the small here. Will the small fit in there? Oh, it fit, but how am I gonna get it out of there? The top over this and snap it into place. It's pretty deep now that I think about it. I mean, that's a medium fry, the entire thing, and there's room left. 3, 4, 5, I could probably fit all of them. What I don't have is a place for my condiments though. I got no ketchup, I got no dipping sauce. I am eating and drinking with one hand. That's kind of nice. A phone wristband. I think you're supposed to just kind of loop it over like that and then stretch. That's a pretty big stretch. How does it rotate? Okay, we are at 180. Oh, it does go 360. It goes all the way around. And finally, it is kind of heavy on one wrist. It feels like I'm wearing a wrist weight on one wrist. This is a paper towel holder by Simple Human. It's a standing paper towel holder with an integrated spray pump. All right, paper towels are on the paper towel holder. Can I use one-handed operation? Let's see. Oh yeah. Spray pump right in the center here. Press it down, it is locked in place. Now, if we have a spill, for example, this table's kind of messy anyways. Push it down to release it, pull it out. Oh yeah. And when we're done with this, instead of putting it off to the side like I just did, you're supposed to put it right here and back into place. We are good to go. Now of these, the paper towel dispenser was one I used a lot. In fact, I liked it so much that I kind of showed it off. Someone borrowed it from me and they haven't given it back yet. That's how much they like it. If it weren't 70 bucks, I might just buy another one and let them keep it. But I do think it's a great product that's way overpriced. Number 578 was the Air Fort, which is a way to create a giant indoor fort with just a fan. I tested it out and here's how that went. This is the Air Fort. I paid 50 bucks for this. Now the claims that you can build a fort in seconds with no pillows, sheets, or mess. No assembly required. All you have to do is inflate, play, and put away. All right, so the two white straps go on the top. Black straps on the bottom. Oh yeah, very quick. Whoa. It is massive. Look at the size of this thing. It takes up the entire room. It's pretty big in here. Look at this. That is nice. They have this barrier here so you cannot get to the fan, so kids won't be as compelled to play with it, I guess. We have a kind of a small window right here. And to exit, here's the door, this way. This is more like it. There is a lot of room. I'm laying down, I can't even touch the top. You can almost take a nap in here. Huh? Say someone wants to go in there, they hold it up a little bit too long, all the air comes out. Boom! Right back to where it was. All right, time to deflate. First thing, turn the fan off. Now clearly you want to do this when there's no one inside, although I'm sure kids will probably do that anyways. Next up, remove the straps. I'm not sure how you fold a big round piece of material. I'm just gonna do my best here. I swear that bag seems smaller than when I opened it up. It's suddenly seeming very small to put this in there. I guess you just stuff it in there. We're good to go. A few small items of note, however. If you want to change fans, you're probably going to have to buy some separate Velcro strips because those probably won't transfer very easily. You'll definitely need to set aside a pretty large space because this is a very big product. Now, I think most people would agree that a 56-year-old man living alone probably would be kind of weird if he was playing with a fort by himself. Maybe not though. So with that in mind, I ended up giving this to a family with 3 children, and they've kept in touch with me and told me how much they enjoy it. So I think the Air Fort is a great product. Number 579 was a spiral light candles, which is an interesting candle that, as its name implies, burns in a spiral manner. Let's first flash back and see how my original review went. Let's take a look at the spiral light candle. I paid 20 bucks plus $10 shipping, so a total of $30 for one medium-sized candle. It looks like a standard candle until you turn it over, and then inside it definitely does not look like a standard candle. It is interesting how that wick just goes in a circle there, and then you have this large wick in the bottom. All right, we are off. Let's see what happens now. All right, so the circular portion is supposed to burn for about 2 hours. All right, stopwatch is going. We're gonna keep an eye on this and see how long it takes. All right, we're a little bit over an hour. Let's take a quick look and see what we got here. We've definitely made some progress. It's gone quite a ways down. You can see the wax is collecting in the bottom. All right, 147, it just went out. So this is what we're left with. Looks pretty nice. All right, now that this candle is cooled off, let's light the bottom portion, which is supposed to last 30 hours, and see how long it actually lasts. It is still burning. We're right at the 30-hour mark, just about. They say not to burn it beyond a ½ inch from the bottom, and We're probably about a ½ inch from the bottom. So this is pretty much on its last leg here. Now, obviously this one I used up during my review and was never really compelled to buy one again. To me, it was kind of fun, but also kind of gimmicky and a little bit expensive. So it was definitely fun to try once, but not something I'd probably buy again. Number 580 was the Spin Pro, which is kind of marketed as a sort of next generation Frisbee. Let's see how that test went. The Spin Pro, I paid 20 bucks plus $7 shipping direct from the official website. Now they say this is invented by the same person who invented the Frisbee disc. First throw. Oh, it fell apart. It fell apart on the first throw. It fell apart. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. Fell apart. Wow, terrible. Terrible.
Oh no.
I wonder if we can just throw it without it. Ready?
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh.
Well, the bad news is those pieces fell off. The good news is that it doesn't seem like it needs them. It's throwing just the same, so forget it. Forget those plastic pieces.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, regular Frisbee now. I think I'm better as a regular Frisbee. Terrible. To be fair, as long as the plastic pieces stay in place, it's actually pretty good for doing tricks. That's assuming they'll stay in place, which obviously they don't always do that. After my review is over, I heard from the company and they said that the falling apart issue was fixed. It's still being sold out there, but I didn't really see a lot of comments on Amazon. I ended up giving it away to one of my nephews, so fortunately it got some use after my review is over. Well, that's it for this update. As usual, there were some hits and misses in this bunch. I would say the ones I like the most would be the Air Fort and the Caraway Pan. Also, that paper towel dispenser is nice if I get it back. I would say the biggest clinker of this bunch off the top of my head would be the sliding pizza peel. But that's it for this update. I'll be back in about another month with my next update. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.